Hi, I'm Peter and welcome back to the History and Saber Suites, the channel where I talk about HEMA, history and swords. Now today I have another review for you, and this time it's by Krieger Historical Weapons, and this is their S2 HEMA Sabre as they call it. Now overall, what do we have here? We have a fairly typical gymnasium saber that I would put in the mid to late 19th century, just from its overall shape. We have a training saber that is 760 grams in total, so a good middle-of-the-road historical weight, which I find really appropriate. And the way I'm going to start this review is by talking about the hilt first, and then going up the blade. Now, just a few things right away. Krieger Historical Weapons are a company based in Poland, and they make a whole array of different weapons, such as longswords, messers. I've seen rapiers and daggers from them as well. They also make some sharp weapons for test cutting as well. And they also have these HEMA training sabers. Now, full disclosure, I did receive this saber free of charge for the purposes of this review, but it's also not mine to keep. So this review should be as unbiased as possible, and my opinions are wholly and purely my own. Now, with that out of the way, just some overall stats and thoughts about this saber. As I've said, it has 760 grams in total. The blade is 85 centimeters. The curvature is one of two options. They also have a slightly less curved version. This is the strongly curved version at about 5 centimeters of curvature. It has a symmetrical bowl guard, which is of course great if you're a left-handed person. So no difference there. Whether you're right or left-handed in protection or balance or otherwise. And yeah, it's a fairly straightforward, simple, economical training sword, very beginner-friendly for that reason. And yeah, let's begin at the bottom and work our way upwards to the blade. So first off, we have a securely attached pinned tang at the pommel here, nicely done. So securely attached blade. We have a symmetrical bowl guard, as I said, made out of a sheet of steel. No, reinforced edges or anything, just very economical, very basic and straightforward. A rear quillen, that I'll talk about a bit later. And we have a nicely shaped grip. And I'm going to tell you right away, the grip is probably my favorite feature on this training sword for the following reasons. Now, the profile itself is very nicely done, because it flares out at the bottom here, and not only does it flare out on this axis, but it also has the very nice flared out bit here, which is historically found on many swords, which I personally always really like. Now, it does support your hand in that way, it prevents slippage, and it's just very comfortable to grip, and also this bit here serves as a rest for your pinky, and also provides leverage, and is overall just really comfortable to grip. So they've really nailed that bit of the grip, which I really like. So well done, Krieger, on that. Otherwise, the grip is flat on top, which those of you who prefer a thumb up grip will probably enjoy, because it prevents the thumb from slipping off, and it's just flat, secure grip session for your thumb. The material itself is also pretty nice. It almost feels like some kind of rubber, I guess. A lot of traction, no slippage whatsoever. And it also has this, grip wire underneath that material, which provides additional grip. So no matter if you're using it barehanded or with various gloves, which I'll go into just in a second, very comfortable, very secure grip. So the grip shape and ergonomic concept behind it is really well done. So nicely done, Krieger. I really enjoy that. Now, talking about the guard, it's a simple bowl guard, as I said. I don't know whether or not it's hardened, but it looks durable enough. Very rounded. That should withstand blows just fine. But it has no reinforced edges. So yeah. I'll talk about that at the end, but they do have another model which is very similar but has the rolled reinforced edges, just so you know. Now, there's one thing that I have to criticize about the guard, you know, it's constructive criticism. It sticks out a bit too much, and it sticks out a bit too much in that direction as well. So let me demonstrate. For example, Hutton's high octave guard, which looks like this. As you can see, it kind of sticks in my hand. If I do this, it's exactly where my hand is, where my wrist is, and it's very difficult to get into that position, you know, a high octave guard, if you need it. Yeah, sticks out a bit too much and goes too far down towards the grip. That's fine. You can work around it. It doesn't interfere with cutting, in my view. That's fine, but just these, you know, high octave parries, you need them once in a while. It interferes with that slightly, just saying. Now onto the blade. The blade itself has quite a lot of profile taper, which really caught my eye when I first grabbed it. It's almost 3 centimeters wide down here and tapers to just 1 centimeter up at the tip. So nice profile taper, which also aids in getting a good balance on a training sword, which is great. It has a 13 centimeter balance. I measured it just before the video, which is great. Feels nice. 13 centimeters is totally historical. Yeah, nicely done as well on that. So handling is not a problem, and it feels good in the hand. Now, talking about safety, it flexes nicely as well. So if I had to describe it, I would say it's a medium to light flex. Medium flex probably describes it best. So nice and secure, very safe for sparring. You could also use this as a tournament saber, of course. Top level sparring, technical drills. I think that's safe and good, very appropriate. And another thing on safety, it of course has a rolled tip, which many training swords also have. So nice rolled tip, nice flex. So nothing to complain about here. Good blade. And also the edges are quite thick as well, so should withstand some abuse. So no complaints, nice blade, nice basic guard. Overall, a very bare bones and economical, beginner-friendly saber. Now, let me show you a few gloves inside the handle. Standard light training glove that I always use for technical drills. Of course, no problems here. Fits very well. Enough space for the thumb to go up here as well. Now, for those of you who regularly do some sparring with sabers, you will know the Red Dragon gloves. It's my glove that I've been using for years. Fits very well inside the bowl guard as well. And as you can see, I'm even able to do a thumb up grip with no problems whatsoever. And you know, the pinky is still supported quite well by the kick out, the flared bits at the bottom. So nice and spacious for the Red Dragons. That works quite well. And for those of you who prefer even more protection when sparring or for tournaments perhaps, I have no problem getting in my medium-large SPES Heavies either. So there's still a bit of space left up here even. And if I really wanted, I could even get the thumb up grip to work, although that's a limitation of the glove because it's quite, you know, it's not very supportive of a thumb up grip because it's quite stiff around here, around that part. So I can do it if I want. So it's not the saber's fault, it's the nature of the glove, but it fits very nicely in here. And as you can see, I have no problems, you know, rotating the saber. Let's not damage any of the antiques. So I have no problem doing any of the movements, and it fits in there quite well. So that's an option as well if you prefer to use a heavier glove. Now overall, what do I think of this saber? I think it's a good choice for anyone who does not want to spend a great deal of money. Now let's talk about the price. The price is around the €200 mark, so it's quite affordable and it has everything you need. Now, if you pick it up, it feels just right. It's a standard gymnasium saber, good balance, good weight, good stats overall. And yeah, according to the manufacturer, durability should be great, but I have to be honest here, I was not able to test it in sparring because that would have put some marks and scratches on the garden blade, of course, and as it's not mine to keep, I was not able to do that, unfortunately. But from what I can tell from doing solo drills and solo forms for around 2 weeks now, I'm kind of impressed by the price point and by the saber itself. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you're concerned about durability, there is an option. They do have a slightly different version of this saber with the reinforced rolled edges for the guard. So just get that saber if you prefer that for durability. And you can, circumvent that problem that way. Now, overall, I do recommend this saber for anyone who's, beginner, budget-friendly version, training saber. It's a great one, it's a great option, and yeah, I do highly recommend it. Also, fits a lot of gloves, as you can see, which is something I'm beginning to look at in general. So the red dragons are usually not a problem, but these sometimes are hard to squeeze in. This does the job in that regard as well. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you so much for watching, and also a big thank you to Krieger Historical Weapons. Their social links down in the description, of course. Check them out. Of course, thank you again for lending me this saber for the purposes of this review. I enjoyed training with it and playing around with it and having a detailed look at it. And yeah, I do recommend it. Thank you so much for watching, and also please don't forget to subscribe so you're not missing out on my future content. And on that note, thank you so much again, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.